everyone, my name is Mehek. I hope you guys are doing fine, you all are safe, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with a very interesting book that I finished. I'm gonna say that it's by far the best self-help and motivational read I have read in a really long time. And if anyone is going to ask me, that what is that one book that you would like us to read, I think it's going to be this one. It's so good. It's the Almanack of Naval Ravikant. It's by Eric Jorgenson. That's how it looks. Almanack means diary, so the diary of Naval Ravikant. Now, for those of you who don't know who Naval Ravikant is, I didn't know who Naval Ravikant is. So, I read about him after I came across this book. So, he's basically an entrepreneur and an investor. He has created companies like AngelList, Opinions, and Was.com. He's also with the angel investor, and you can call him the unicorn or the early investors in famous companies like Twitter, Uber, Yammer, and he has invested in more than 100 companies. So he's well known, like his Twitter handle is very famous. He's well known for his views on how to create wealth, happiness, investing, cryptocurrency, and startups. That are the major areas that he talks about. Now about the book. This book is not written by Naval Ravikant. It is compiled and edited by Eric Jorgenson, our author. So he's basically combined all the wisdom that Naval has shared with the public through his Twitter handle, through essays, and through podcast. So this book is the compilation of all that wisdom. The book is divided into two parts, like it says here, a guide to wealth and happiness. So there are two parts, wealth and happiness. Now, if you're a reader like me who reads a lot on spirituality and self-help and happiness, etc., you might not gain something new from the happiness chapter, because it majorly revolves around because happiness is at the end of the day all about mindfulness, that is embracing the present moment. So it's all about that, which obviously I have read so many times. So that chapter was not really new for me. But the part one, which is talks about wealth, there are some really profound learnings that you will take away from that chapter or from that part of the book, on how Naval created his wealth, the mindset, and that you need to create wealth. And you will also learn about the principles that he applies in his work life, which I found really useful. Something that I'm going to definitely take away from this book. So like always that I do with self-help books and motivational reads, I pick up useful takeaways that I love sharing with you guys. So I'm going to quickly take you through them. The first one, he says, if you have nothing in your life but one person that loves you unconditionally, it will do wonders for your self-esteem. We always need that one person to love us and to have faith in us. So Naval says that you need only that one person for your self-esteem. Another thing that he said, which was so good, highlight of this book, he says, seek wealth and not money. So here is, when I realized the difference between wealth and money. He says that wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep. I'll repeat again. Seek wealth and not money. Wealth is having assets that earn while you sleep. Very interesting, right? The next thing he says, you will get rich. Okay, this is also very interesting. You will get rich by giving society what it wants, but does not know yet how to get it. So if you see all the successful people, they've come up with a product or service that the society really needed. It's always filling the need gap, understanding the need gap analysis. So give the society what it wants, but it doesn't know how to get it. The next thing, very important again, arm yourself with specific knowledge. It is knowledge. Now, what is specific knowledge, he says? So your specific knowledge is something that you cannot be trained for. It is found by pursuing your curiosity and your genuine passion. It is not something you learn in school. It is learned through training, through apprenticeships. So that is specific knowledge. So he's like, go after that specific knowledge, because that is something that no one can replace you if you have that. Next thing, intentions don't matter, actions do. That is why being ethical is hard. So your actions are really important. I might, intend to be ethical, but if my actions are not supportive of that fact, then it doesn't make sense. The next thing, if it entertains you now but will bore you someday, it's a distraction. Keep looking. We might sometimes, we like, I really want to do this, which is fine, but you should, just question yourself if, it's a distraction, of if I really want to do it, because he says that if you're doing it now, but just sit back and think, will I be interested in doing the same thing 1 year down the line or 6 months down the line? If you think you're going to be bored, then it's just a distraction, so you should keep looking. Another very interesting takeaway from this book. Now, if someone asks me what is wisdom, define wisdom, this is going to be my definition. And it actually makes sense. So he says that wisdom is knowing long-term consequences of your actions. We always say our parents have more wisdom, or we have mentors in our life, elderly people who have so much wisdom. And one thing common, is that they always know that, if you're taking, like, mummy papa ko hamesha pata hota hai, कि आगे क्या होने वाला है, या they'll be like, ये मत करो, ये हो सकता है, they know the long-term consequences. And with parents, it's like most of the time they're right, that I always, I remember, my parents always knew somehow कि ये दोस्त कैसा होने वाला है, या if अगर मैं ये करूँगी तो फ्यूचर में ऐसा होने वाला है, and हमेशा वो सही होते थे, so I think wisdom is, he's actually right that wisdom is knowing the long-term consequences of your actions, which comes obviously with age and experience, and so many things. The next is my favorite because it is about reading. He says, read a lot. Just read. Another important thing which I think I'm going to take away from this book is that he says that reading a book isn't a race. The better the book, the more slowly it should be absorbed. This is something that I should follow. There are times I feel like I read too fast. But with this book, I really, because there's so much in it, I tried, reading it slowly and absorbing it. So he's like, it's not a race. So read slowly and absorb everything. Another important takeaway, the 3 big things in life are wealth, health, and happiness. We pursue them in that order. You pursue wealth, health, and happiness, but the importance is reversed. So the importance is reversed. So obviously happiness, health, and wealth. That is how it comes when you're talking about the importance of each of them. The last, I think this is the last one. The next one that he shares is what I shared earlier with you. Happiness is embracing the present moment, being mindfulness, and Then he talks about peace, where he says that peace is basically acceptance. You basically, cultivate indifference to things outside of your control. So if you don't have control on them, just don't bother about it, just develop this indifferent attitude. So that is what he says is the key to achieving peace. He also talks a lot about, having a healthy lifestyle, getting up in the morning, having workouts, eating healthy. So he says the harder the workout, the easier the day. The harder the workout, the easier the day. The more processed the food, the less one should consume. So avoid or restrict the amount of processed foods in your daily life. So process anything that comes in packets or bottles or is processed, just reduce the intakes of it. Last one, which is again very interesting. So, they ask him a question that, do you meditate, or what's your favorite form of meditation? And he says, I like this meditation called the Non-Judgmental Awareness Meditation. So, we always find, I've spoken this in my previous book as well on mindfulness. We always think that meditation is, sitting and closing eyes or not thinking about anything. He's like, that's fine, you can do that. But, there's something called as non-judgmental awareness meditation, wherein, if you're doing a particular activity, for example, if I'm reading, I'm gardening, I'm swimming, I'm running, I should do that, and that itself is meditation, provided I'm there in that present moment and I'm doing that activity with full dedication, focus, and I'm not being judgmental at that moment. I'm not being, I'm not thinking about the past, I'm not thinking about the present. If there's anyone in front of me, I'm not judging them, etc., etc. So he says that that itself is a very good form of meditation if we all can achieve that. So that's all that he shares in this book. I've shared all my favorite ones with you. So this is definitely a must-read book. It's packed with a lot of things, and I think there is something for everyone in this. There's so much to self-reflect on, and I think I'm going to be, just like I said, recommending and gifting this book to everyone. But I'll just say again that, because there's so much matter in this book, read it slowly, absorb everything. Again, I'm going to share the two best things about this book that I like, which is very nice for the from the author's point end, from Naval's end. One is that this book is available for free. So you can go to this website, www.naval, it's navalmanack.com, where you will find the free book. It's the PDF is available. It's absolutely for free. You can download. And another thing, what he's done in the end is he's included this list of really nice, recommendations for books, blogs, Twitter handles, and I think there are one or two Facebook handles as well that you can follow for further, reading and for further inspiration, which I found really useful. I mean, I've bookmarked few books from his recommendations. So yeah, a fabulous book. You all must just read it. I loved it. That's all on this book. I'm going to see you guys next week with another title. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.